right? So he said that no, don't get confused. I have not charged you 10,000 bucks just off because I hammered it. The charging of hammering was just 1 rupee. Then the management people asked him a question. Then why have you charged us 9,999 extra then? He said, no. I charged you 9,999 just because where to hammer. So what is the moral of this story? What we understood? What is the message of this story? The message of the story is, it is skill that lets you know, that tells you what to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, why to do, in what amount to do. That is a skill, right? And first thing, so what I wanted to tell you is, all these questionable words guides you proper functioning and performance at different situation, right? So now the second thing that you should understand about skill is, it is repetitive in nature. How if you have ever been interested to play cricket or any of the game, and any coach in your, definitely in your school, there might be coach related to some sport person guiding you about particular game, and how basically a cricket coach teaches a particular person to play proper cricket. One particular behavior he will ask you to repeat for days together. Like suppose there is a ball which is hanging in front of you and there will be a bat. He will ask you to just do this particular shot repetitively for weeks. Do you know why he asks this to happen? Why he asks you to perform like this? He asked you to do this because this should be a default setting of your brain and body. The moment the ball comes, automatically your hand will, or your bat will move this way, and there will be perfection. So repetitiveness gets perfection, and perfection in other terms are known as skills. Even Sachin Tendulkar, even Amitabh Bachchan, while there are times, there are movies which are flop of Amitabh Bachchan. There are matches where Sachin Tendulkar, gets out on duck, even Virat Kohli. So you cannot claim that unless and until you properly practice now and then, the skill is good. So skill needs refining, skill needs sharpness, skill needs repetition, right? With sharpness, with proper guidance and supervision, right? So we are talking about such skills, and those skills related to what? These subject matters, right? And those skills related to those subject matter, and if you are not able to understand the context, why this subject I should understand, and what are the concepts related in these subjects, can you claim that you will be having a soft skill? No. Now live examples, let me tell you, which will make you understand what the soft skill is. Have you ever been to any of the private banks? Have you ever been to any hotels, and how they behave? Oh my goodness, there's voice quality. Yes sir, what can I do for you? There are situations where in bank, some industrialist comes shouting to the bank manager saying, hey, you have not passed my check, and due to which there is a loss in my business. He's shouting, he's abusing, he's cursing. But do you know how a bank manager behaves? Sir, we'll look into it. Extremely sorry. Let me see. Very soon I'll sort out the problem. Not to worry, sir. Please come. This cool-mindedness, not reacting to a situation. This cool-mindedness, not reacting to a situation and understanding the gravity of that particular context and giving a proper, appropriate response. And that is not so easy, tackling human being is not easy, you know. You have to understand that here people are fond of reacting because everybody has ego. And this ego, you know what? This ego, you know what? This ego has put down lots of people across world. So you have to understand ego is a sum up of your jealousy, your introvertness, lack of skills, lack of knowledge. Maybe you have your own standpoints, your ideology, identity, and it is a sum of all these things, right? And if you are able to understand that, as I have already said, you know, every human being is unique. So you cannot superimpose your ideology on others. Maybe I as your faculty member, you may not be agreeing to lots of argument which I am citing right now, right? So you have to understand that what is the context, why am I as an individual, you, when I say I mean to say you in near future, working in a particular context, working in a particular environment, working in a particular organization. What is the context? My context is to work in a team. And what do you mean by team? Every individual, do you remember Chak De India? Yes. What happened in that Chak De India? You know, every player was skilled in one specific domain of playing hockey, but they were not having glue, cooperation and coordination amongst themselves. And what Shah Rukh Khan did is, through his emotional intelligence, what he did? Through his emotional intelligence, he created a bonding between them. And what finally happened? They were so friendly amongst themselves that finally they won the match. Same is the case with any organization. While you work in an organization, every individual is a part of the team, and all those people have one objective, one mission, one vision. And you have to understand the gravity of what I am saying right now. If we are lost in our own ideology, that cooperation and coordination will be missing in us. And if this cooperation and coordination is missing in us, believe me, we won't be able to work together. Because there is a great saying by one of the philosophers, he says that success of the organization depends on a team, not an individual. No individual can succeed unless and until there is a proper skillful team behind it, right? So you are working in a team. You are working, yet at times you will be asked to work in a group. And you have to understand, you know what? You have to understand one thing very clearly. My personal ideologies are mine. His personal ideologies are his. And what are his professional skills, technical skills? What are my professional skills and technical skills? And how we can use my professional skills and his professional skills, my technical skills and his technical skills for the benefit of the organization, right? And if you have to understand, we have to separate, there should be a thin line difference between your personal objectivity and professional objectivity, and there should be, if you are able to sharply differentiate, if you are able to know when to behave in what way, then believe me, the success, I started my lecture by saying one thing, you know what? Career plan. Everybody has his or her career plan, as you even are having one career plan. You know, you have all your aspiration, you want to be something, you want to earn money, you want to hold a good flat, you want to visit different places across the world. So all these career plans and its outputs and the aspiration that you have will be only fulfilled if you are able to understand what? Soft skill. And the moment you are able to master this soft skill, you know what? Your career plan will be fulfilled, or else I can show you, I can prove you, I can give evidence and examples where you might have come across in your society. Your brother, your uncle, your friend, where he's having, a proper degree with good percentage scores, but he's not able to knock down any job. He's not able to get a job. Crossing an interview, performing in a group discussion. What is group discussion? Group discussion is one of the mechanism of recruitment process, and every organization adopts or uses this mechanism to select a particular candidate. So you must know how to behave in that, how to knock down interviews, and these all things will be taught in this soft skill. You will be taught how to be motivated. That is again a part of psychology. Sociology, what is the importance, where you should place while you prioritize, certain things in life. What are the sequence, what are the methods of prioritizing things? You should remember there is always a holistic way, where you place first what? First your individual, yourself, then family, then society, then universal. What is the great challenge now today? Why this soft skill came into role and why these subjects came into role? Environmental problems. These industries, these scientists, these engineers say, I am not blaming one. I am just generalizing, I am making a general statement. What happened? Today ozone layer is depletion. There's a glacier melting. There is a greenhouse effect. All these problems, why this problem came? This problem came just because somebody who was behind the invention, discovery or making of these products, they never thought about the environmental challenge. Hey, I am trying to justify. So, sequencing, the prioritizing you have to understand, and accordingly you have to prioritize that you are not all just for your self benefits and self requirement and self desire. You cannot misuse the nature. Nature is limited. Let me cite an example, you will be surprised. We are following capitalism. There is again a term, in sociology as well as in literature. Capitalism. What is this capitalism? America function on capitalism. Capitalism means, accumulation of capital and creating consumerism. More products. Why America is more developed? America is developed just because of its GDP, its industries. Fine. And this GDP or industries has made it what they are today. Powerful, more resourceful, more money, more finance. That makes them dominate all the country across the world. And every other countries across the world are trying to imitate, follow what these Americans have done. There was a research which says that if the amount of consumption that takes place in America, if exactly the same consumption across world, all the people start consuming the products, the services, then what would happen? You will be surprised. We need 8 Earth. The earth on which we are living will not be sufficient to fulfill the need or the requirement which this capitalism has created. This is one example I cited. What happens? The repairing, like in India, you purchase a product and you completely use it till the end, right? But what happens in America? The electronic gadgets, the repairing is not there. Once they use that gadgets, they are dumped, and all those gadgets are somewhere dumped in nature, whether it is in ocean, sea, or anywhere else. And anything that is not required, that is not eco-friendly, will create an havoc in the nature. And this havoc will finally create a problem Some scientists created polythene, you know what? Polythene. I recall it's so cozy. You don't have to carry a handbag from your house while you go for purchasing or marketing, you know, and whatever you purchase, whether it is your shirt, pant or any grocery items, and you are given a polythene. Hey, you know what? Polythene, is it eco-friendly? Not at all. All the plastic bags, bottles, you know, we are now used to use distilled mineral water or Bisleri or Aquafina. You know what? These bottles on per day basis are produced so much, and we are asked to crash it and throw it. Is it eco-friendly? So there are many questions. There are many questions which made this subject come into existence. The questions were related to sociology, the questions were related to psychology, these questions were related to management, questions were related to language. Why a particular person is not able to use a proper language? Yet at times you might have come across that anybody, he speaks so rudely that nobody is his or her friend. Hey, so you have to understand, organization doesn't function like that, you know. You need to understand what to speak, where to speak, with what words and what proper language use, right? So there are questions related to language, there are questions related to communication, there are questions related to literature, there are questions related to management, question related to culture. So it will be a very packed up holistic, subject, right? And all the concepts, more or less certain concepts we have picked from these subject matter, certain concepts, and we will decide the theme. What is the theme of it? What is the objectivity? Why those concepts were taken into soft skills? And how, if you know those concepts, you will be able to behave properly, be able to fulfill your career plan. What is its utility? What is its purpose? Right? Right? So, and you will be having a proper knowledge. And if you are having a proper knowledge, you will be able to work in team, group. Again, team, working in team and group. These all are management concepts. You know, you are taught in HR, you are taught in marketing, you are taught in finance, you are taught in retail management about team work, what is a team, how one should behave in a team, what is a group, and how group mechanism works. So all that will be taught to you. We will pick certain concepts, how motivation is again an HR concepts, right? Fine. So all these things will be sociology, importance of family, how family plays a role in motivation, how you individual will be playing a role in a motivation, how society plays a role in a motivation. So sociology. So this subject is an amalgamation of everything, and we will be picking concepts. Fine. And at the same time, why, again I sum up the class by saying why the requirement of this subject was felt, because of human being living at many levels. Human is not only professional, human is not only technical, but even he has personal needs and requirement, behavior, identity, ideology, and having a proper cooperation, proper synchronization, proper symmetry in all these things, so that it doesn't hurt anyone and he is able to make his way to the success, right? This is what we will be learning in upcoming class. This was the introductory lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.